What would your life look like if you could actively reprogram those subconscious patterns that's driving your behavior? Where would you be? What would you be doing? You know the habits that you have, the routines that you have, the things that you do without even thinking about it consciously. Where would your life be if you could reprogram them and see your different behavior? Welcome back to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. I'm Sanj, your mindset and habit coach, here to help you take you from just surviving to fully thriving in your life. Imagine waking up every day feeling excited, feeling energized, and feeling enthusiastic about taking on the day. Today, we're going to be talking about an interesting topic. If you grasp it, it could completely transform the way you're living. Do you know that your life is not run by your conscious thoughts, but actually by your subconscious mind? It's run 95% by your subconscious mind. What you think about, what you catch yourself thinking about, that's actually just 5% of what's running your life. So until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. That's from Carl Jung, and it's a huge insight into how you're actually living. So many of us think we're in control, consciously making the decisions. But as I said, the reality is about 95% of your daily actions are driven by your subconscious mind. You don't even realize these thoughts and these actions that you're taking. Today, I'm going to be talking about why we struggle to realize that our subconscious mind runs our life and how that impacts us. I'm going to be talking about how to start recognizing the patterns of your subconscious mind, what happens when you become aware of these patterns and the potential then for real change. And I'm going to give you some ways to start reprogramming those deep subconscious thought patterns to support the life that you actually want. So let's dive in and discover how much the power of your subconscious mind really holds over your life. So your subconscious mind is responsible for about 95% of your thoughts, behaviors, and decisions. So that means that the majority of what you're doing each day isn't even actually under your conscious control. It's automatic. It's driven by your beliefs, by your habits, the patterns that you've developed over a lifetime. And the reason you're struggling to see this is because you naturally believe you're in control. We love to believe we're in control. We think that if we make a decision in the moment, it's coming from a rational place. But the truth is, those quick decisions, the way we react to situations, and even the routines we stick to when we're thinking about things, it's all influenced by your subconscious beliefs and your habits. If you think about it, just for example, you probably drive the same way to and from work every day. You go the same route. You brush your teeth with the same hand. All this thing is done by the subconscious mind. Yeah, just grabbing a snack when you're stressed. Yeah, you may think I need this snack to feel better, but subconsciously, all you've done is you've trained yourself over time to associate food with comfort. And this habit is often not a decision made with awareness. It's just a reflex that's triggered by your stress. Or maybe something a bit more complex. Maybe something like your beliefs about money. You carry subconscious beliefs about money that you're unaware of. Like money is hard to come by, or you'll never be wealthy, or money is the root of all evil. These beliefs, these are shaped in childhood by what you observe, what you hear, what everyone's saying and doing around you. And they'll continue to influence your choices as adults without you even realizing it. 70 to 80% of your thoughts are repetitive and they're automatic. They're the same thoughts you had yesterday. They're the same thoughts that you'll have tomorrow. And this repetition solidifies your subconscious patterns. This can lead you to feeling stuck in life, believing that, you're doomed to live the same life over and over again, believing that you can't change. So the bottom line is your subconscious mind is running the show more than you realize. And if you don't understand what's in there, it can actually just lead you to feeling that life just happens to you rather than something that you can create. But you can start to recognize those subconscious patterns in your life. So now that you know that your subconscious mind is at work, the question becomes, how do you notice it? How do you notice the influence it has? And the good news is that it's possible to spot these patterns, but only once you're aware of them. Again, as I said in a previous episode, self-awareness is a spotlight. When you become aware of it, the first step to becoming aware of your subconscious mind is to look at your habits, your routines, and your automatic reactions. These will give you clues. They'll give you ideas as to what beliefs you're carrying. Yeah, for example, you believe that you need food to make you feel less stressed. Yeah, so ask yourself a simple question when you notice one of these things. Why do I do this? Ask yourself. When you reach for those snacks out of stress, say, or when you say yes to something you thought you wanted to say no to, ask yourself, why do I do this? Ask yourself what you're really feeling, what your beliefs may be that are driving you to take those actions. So just for example, let's say you're a dad who finds himself getting frustrated every time there's a small disagreement with your kids. Consciously, you may be thinking, I'm just frustrated because they're not listening. But beneath that, your frustration could be tied to a subconscious belief that you have about respect or maybe authority. Maybe you were raised in a strict household where respect was expected without question. And that belief now has been running on autopilot ever since. Another effective way is to become aware, is to pay attention to your self-talk, those little comments that you make to yourself throughout the day. If you notice a pattern of thoughts like, yeah, I'm not good enough or I'll never succeed, these aren't just passing thoughts. These are deeply ingrained beliefs that have just become part of your subconscious programming. So when you're experiencing all those thousands of thoughts a day, most of them are actually going to be negative just because of the way our minds are programmed, just because of the way our brains have been developed. Many of these negative thoughts, these patterns, are ingrained in our subconscious mind and they shape the way we see the world. So when you see someone who's actually constantly negative, they may just have not had the awareness to actually start focusing on the positive. So then actually, once you've started to recognize what these patterns are, and it actually starts to change everything for you then, when you start to see yourself saying these things, doing these things, reacting in a certain way, when you start actually recognizing these behaviors and becoming aware of it, when you become aware, that's when your opportunities start arising. That's when you can start changing your life. Because when you become aware of these subconscious patterns, this is where your transformation can really begin. This is where you can evolve into the next step, into the next version of you. Awareness is a first step to change. When you first start to observe these patterns, you're finally able to question them. You're actually able to think, okay, hold on, what are these? Why am I feeling these? You can ask yourself, is this belief actually true? Is this habit serving me? Is it holding me back? What is it doing? Once you're aware of it, you're just no longer the passenger in the car. You actually have the power to take the wheel. So let's take the earlier example of always reaching for a snack when stressed. If you're aware of this pattern, you can pause, you can stop, you can decide, is there a healthier way I can deal with this stress? This gives you control over the action rather than just letting the subconscious habit control you. Sometimes, like, people say, oh yeah, I need a drink to take the edge off at the end of the day. So that's just you numbing. That's your actually subconscious mind thinking that you're always stressed and you need that drink. So when you actually have the awareness of it, this is huge. When you become aware of your automatic thoughts, it can reduce your stress and improve your resilience. Just because you're observing and questioning your subconscious beliefs, you're able to start to shift your mindset. And that means you can open the door to more positive and more empowering behaviors. Imagine how this awareness could change your family life. Imagine instead of you reacting in frustration, you may be able to pause and respond with patience. Imagine instead of you avoiding new challenges at work, you may recognize your subconscious fear of failure and choose to face it. That awareness, it empowers you to choose new responses. And so if you want to start changing your subconscious thought patterns to support your success, you can do these 4 things. Number 1 is consistent small changes. Changing your subconscious mind doesn't happen overnight. It's going to be difficult. It's going to take effort. It's going to take consistent effort. Yeah, you're going to have to build up the discipline. Go back to a couple of episodes ago. Yeah, just like forming any new habits, start small, make manageable changes and repeat them daily. These small changes will build up. It'll reshape the automatic patterns in your subconscious mind. Next thing is to journal, self-reflection, writing about your thoughts, writing about your feelings, writing about what has caused you to do things. It can help you uncover hidden beliefs. Start by jotting down any recurring thoughts or patterns, and then ask yourself, are they true? And try and think about where you got this assumption from. Yeah, this practice, it means it can help you create a new narrative for your life, one that aligns with the person that you want to become. The third thing is to surround yourself with positive influences. As I say a lot, the people around you have a massive impact on your life. Your subconscious mind is heavily influenced by your environment. If you have the right people around you, the people who encourage you, the people who uplift you, your subconscious mind will adopt more positive beliefs. So choose your time to spend with, to spend your time with people who reflect the life you want to actually cultivate. Finally, practice positive affirmations and visualizations. It's all about repetition. So one of the most effective ways to rewire your subconscious mind is through affirmations, because when you're repeating positive and empowering statements, you actually start to create new neural pathways that can actually replace those old negative beliefs. They can get rid of those old belief systems. Because if you're repeating, oh yeah, I am working on myself, I am becoming more patient, I am becoming a calmer and more collected individual, you're going to start to think, you're going to start to change that mind from I am a stressed person to thinking constantly, I am a more calm and collected individual. If you want to feel more confident, you may use things like I am capable, I am strong. When you start to use these affirmations, you actually start to change your life because you're constantly repeating it, and from your conscious mind it starts to get programmed into your subconscious mind. Visualization as well. This is where you vividly are just imagining yourself succeeding. It is also highly effective because your brain doesn't distinguish between real experiences and vividly imagined ones. So try and get all your senses involved. Imagine you're, say, in the best shape of your life. Imagine what kind of environment you'd have around you. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? What foods are you going to be eating, etc.? So when you're visualizing, try and incorporate as many senses into that as possible. Yeah, so just think about it. How much of your life currently is shaped by your old subconscious patterns? What could you achieve, or what would you be capable of if you were truly in control of your thoughts and behaviors? Your subconscious mind is powerful, but you do have the ability to reprogram it. Start by observing, start by questioning, and gradually transforming those hidden beliefs. See how much your life changes. Yeah, so what is one subconscious belief or habit that you'd like to change today, and why? What's one small step that you can take to start to change it? As always, thank you for joining me on today's episode. If you found it insightful, please share it with someone who you believe may need to hear this message. Remember, the power to reshape your life is within you, starting with the thoughts in your mind. If you want to join a community that will support you, hold you accountable, and challenge you, drop me a DM or at just.live.coaching and I'll send you the link to my Facebook community. But until next time, keep moving forward, stay conscious, and remember that every small shift brings you closer to the life that you truly want to live.